All righty.
Eye to eye. No, I'm just playing. What's going on, everybody? This is Eye to Eye Podcast. Back with another video. We are here with
Your girl Dee Smith, your financial coach, your bookkeeper, your tax preparer, your admin for Better Than Amazing Hauling, your mom, your wife. You know, I wear many hats. So, welcome back to our show. And we also with
Chase Way.
Chase Way.
What's been going on?
Not much. How you been?
Been good. I realized I need to get back in the gym, so once I bought that membership, it was time to come back in the gym more regularly. And then when I go out to Grambling, I bought Planet Fitness.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be working out at Planet Fitness as well.
Good, good. Yeah, excuse me, I'm cleaning my glasses, can't see. That's awesome. So we are starting off like we always do.
Okay.
And you go first. I think I went first last time.
Does it matter?
Nope.
Uh,
Just give me time to think. So.
Okay. I haven't noticed. I haven't thought of anything lately. Cause it's just like I guess it's a marble thing, and an admirable thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more admiration. I think it's more respect. Adulting sucks. I don't see how you was able to be in this routine and have a routine and want to be responsible, knowing you had a kid, knowing you had to be on it day to day. It made it look easy. I mean, it's easy, but some days I just be wanting to just get away.
And what would you want to do if you got
just
away?
not do nothing.
Nothing. Not think about anything.
I think my antisocial and my introvert ways kick in.
All right. So, just your introvert.
Yeah. So I mostly when I get on the road, it's mainly just like I enjoy getting away, but at the same time I know I still gotta be present social media wise, and I don't even want to be present social media wise.
Well, I think it's I think that when you become a parent, as a responsible adult, your instincts come viewed as this little person is looking and counting on me, and you don't want to disappoint that person.
Yeah.
So think about Delson and his relationship with his daughter.
Yeah.
Delson
See,
is totally
I still couldn't do
different.
it.
Oh, yes, you could.
I mean, I know I could, but
Yes, you can.
I know I can, but I just don't see it.
That's because you don't feel what he feels,
That's right.
and you're not in his shoes.
That's also true. That's why I can understand it,
Yeah.
but it's just like
But that's your answer, though. The answer to your question of you don't know how I did it and being an adult sucks. But I used to tell you and Delson all the time, I mean, hey, y'all need to enjoy these teenage years. You know, this is the best time. You don't have no bills. You don't have no responsibility. All you have to do is go to school and do your homework. Boom. And your chores. That was the only three things that y'all had responsibility of. If you think back to, and you only thinking back now versus of what you have responsible for now, because you close to 30 than you were 50, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's life. That's going to happen as well. And then, again, you will understand and do just like Delson and I did when you become a dad. Everything, your whole world is different. And then you're going to be thinking about, what was I doing when such and such wasn't here.
I
can't even think
I know
about-
what would be the answer.
Huh?
I said, I know what would be the answer, though. I'm doing it now.
I can't think about nothing that I was doing prior to you.
For real?
Absolutely. That was more important to, I couldn't even picture my life without you. You see what I'm saying? So that's the comparison you're going to be. And you're going to be like, dang, Mama was right. Now, what was I doing? You can pretty much go back because you have a documentary of these videos and say, this is what I was doing on this day. But if I didn't have this, I would have never thought, how did I, everything is just you're going to be questioning how you doing what you're doing right now without, before, you was a dad. So when your hat comes on as the dad hat, you be like, dang, it's a totally different world now. Everything that I do now, I got to think about this and do it in a strategical move and maneuver where not only is it benefiting me, but is it benefiting my baby as well. So it's kind of like you playing chess for the both of y'all. You're thinking for both of y'all. And you got to make that best move. Or, you're going to mess up.
I guess I feel like I do that now. I know I just got millions of sperms. They're just not physical kids yet.
Yeah, that's different though.
Yeah, I think, but that's what helps me keep me on track.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's different when you have your
until
baby
it's
there.
not physical.
Yeah, when you got to get up in the middle of the night and make that bottle and stuff, it's gonna be that's nothing because you're loving that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're loving the one that has to be able to say you can feed your baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's totally different, which is cool. But yeah, it was a hard thing. I make it look easy because pretty much I don't know if I can't remember if this was a conversation. Oh yes, it was a conversation between me and Joe, and he said something that was very profound where he said, really, you grow up with your parents.
Mm-hmm.
And so you didn't see the beginning me, but by the time you came around or whatever, sorry. It was more, I was more mature at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, I had more experience and then I had my rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like starting a new job and you got to learn stuff, your job, and then once you learn your job, then you do things to make it easier and better for you.
Right.
And that's all parenting is. Because you can take my advice and say, hey, Chase, this is what you need to do, but your child may not even be that type of child that does that. So, for example, everybody was like, hold your baby like this, You didn't like that. You was this baby because you was nosy. So, you was that. You needed to see. This one gonna get it. You couldn't rock you to sleep like that. None of that. No, you got to go here. So, those different types of things. So, you got one or two ways. That's me. Hey, one or two ways. Either this, or sometimes your nana will hold you with your back and do that and walk around and be in the mirror with you because you like to see things. So that's how she done it. And that was her thing. My thing was up here. So it's different. I can say that. But I admire that, again, I think I said this before, that you are realizing adult things that we talked about that you don't remember. So it's funny to me because these are the conversations we had when you were, your teenage years, 13, 14, 15, but that wasn't important to you at that time. Because number one, you in your mind like, oh, why is she saying this? I'm not even there yet. Which I already knew that's what you're thinking. But that was my job, just to know, to put it in your head. And now that it then came full circle where you're reflecting on things, you're just doing the same thing that I was doing at that age. Having a reflection of, dang, being grown sucks. If I had I used to say this, if I would have just stayed at home and built up some, that was my thing, but I didn't have the luxury to stay at home and not be able to just, pay a little portion. My thing would have been the whole, the whole shebang. Yeah. So I would have more paying responsibility, so my logical thinking was I might as well get my own place. Yeah. If I'm going to pay bills like this, yeah, and then we weren't getting along, so it was all about that. But anyway, yeah, I admire that you really paying attention. You grown now. You grown.
I still feel like I'm 21. That's the funny part.
He thinks that's, I don't know. But
like,
that's good.
I know I'm 25, but
yeah. That's a good feeling too. That's why I always say I'm 21 and holding, because that 21 year was like the best year ever. Legally you can drink, you might have been drinking prior to, but legally you can drink, with your ID, you good at showing that I sure. Like everybody's paying attention that you're 21. You know what I'm saying? But in your mind you're like, yeah, here you go. But yeah, I always stay 21. Forever 21. So anyway, guys, today we promised you guys that we were going to show pictures. And I have some personal pictures on here that we're going to look at. And it looks like here is a video. Mm-hmm. Do you remember, did you kind of get a glimpse of where this video was at?
It's a Ridge Road. That's all I know. Ridge
Road. Y'all had something. And I don't know if it's going to play loud because this little thing always... This is a step thing, I think, Chase's little 9th grade girl seeing it goes down. So.
Oh, this is 7th grade.
Yes, this is 7th grade. My doggy. Yeah, so I think right here, is that La Portia? Yeah, it looks like that's La Portia. Yeah. This is a long little video. But this is a little step thing. What was this called? Do you remember?
Precious Pearls.
Precious Pearls, yeah. So that's the little group they had 7th grade with the girls. And I guess we were invited to that. Do you remember this?
I remember it.
Now you do? Mm-hmm. Some memories coming back? I bet you the girls in this, if they seen this, they would be like, oh my God. They, like you say, La Portia, what, she has babies now? Gosh, y'all was baby. Oh yeah, Brandy was on here.
Yep, that's La Portia.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Oh yeah, that's why I had it on there. Oh God, she see this, she'll cry down laughing. Do you want to go to the next? We don't want to spend all the time. That's one of them. And this is another one. That's LaPortia. Remember that one?
I don't remember this one. Oh, you have feet.
Did she follow you? Did she watch? See this?
When I sent the those pictures,
Mhm.
she was like, "We so young." I was like, "Yup, babyface killer."
Mhm. I'm
This
sorry,
is so
guys.
funny.
I was. This is. And
I
I was.
remember this day now.
Mhm. It's funny how you can now. That's why it's important to have this type of stuff right here. And I was just all over the place. Sorry, I don't have a steady hand.
That's Mariah.
Right here,
Mhm.
Mariah.
Avery. That's funny.
This right here is 4th of July. You know, we every year we would go to Kevin's shop, you know, and watch the fireworks.
Did I record this or you?
I think usually you had this because I don't remember recording this. I don't remember recording things. This had to been you with it.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, because you were going in and out, so I didn't do much zooming. And you might have recorded the last one because you had this a lot. And then this is Coolio when he was in his van. So it's a variety of pictures going on. I'm trying to see where he was.
He'll probably be in the back. You can't see
I
him.
thought he was somewhere over there because I was trying to find him. This was in Mississippi. So I think you were taking a picture.
It's the bonfire.
Another screw. They're here to kill you. See, it goes down. And this is Chase's first experience with, this is where he got all this camera and focus and pop off. I hate that my volume doesn't work sometimes. Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. It won't do. Look how big Granny was.
I don't remember Granny like this ever. I told her I don't remember her like that.
Should have got the So of course you were the camera. You that I don't remember what that camera or whatever you, but you always had it taking the picture. So majority, it's so funny of you. That's coolio. He was thinking he's taking a picture. I ain't taking no picture. Your face is priceless. Like, you like this memory, don't you?
Mhm. Cause I remember doing it.
Mhm. Another one. So you must have had this camera, because I don't think I was at school this many times coming to. Unless it was a game. Yes, it was.
I think it was the same event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Miss Broadway still got the same clothes on.
Oh, okay.
Just with different girls.
Oh, okay. Another video. We were just at Mama house. Sean come home. And see how big and full he waiting on him. Had a gun. And I don't know if you show this video. Oh, yeah, we don't want to hear. Oh, it's one of them signs. Yeah, and I think that was me. This was probably that night. So these are. And I can't see them, but it's a picture of y'all on here. So now they have it to where they're recording. And again, that's Conway recording Mama curling her hair. Yeah. Picture Granny Christmas. She won. I think either you or me got it. I'm not sure. Oh, they was them.
See, that's recording it again. See, you got to take it off from
See,
record.
they had it and didn't know how to work it.
Up here. No, up there. You got 20. Oh, okay.
So you showing Mama. This must be at a concert or something. Come on, son. Yeah, hit back.
What has people going on? Oh.
That must be it on that one. I don't know which way it went. Let's see.
It's probably getting into photos now. So this might be the first photo.
Oh, it might be. Okay, let's go back. Video. This is the first. Let's go here. This is a picture of my work studies. Hey, my. There's our picture up there. This, Fat. There go, Coolio, Jaquavian. And I think this was at, like, one of the birthdays. This is Christmas, yeah. This is Day Day's birthday that KK had out at Sherman Park.
Burns Park.
No, Sherman Park.
Burns Park.
We was at Sherman Park.
I said Burns Sherman. You're right. The basketball goal in the back.
Mm-hmm. This is at Jaquavian's birthday party at Liz Roman's house. Look at Obama. She was big. So see, there go Kim. Look at that's Dylan. This is at Sherman Park. I think over 50. That when they had that basketball game, Granny would die. It's more pictures. They had I was up there. They had like a yard sale or something, and I told them to take a picture in their hats. This is of course, it's one of the Pulaski Tax event, Black History. I can't see what.
Black History Month, 2010.
Woo, 2010. That was
That
at
was our banquet.
You see you over there. The party, so that they're not in order,
Mm-mm.
but what area? Look at little Day. So we're going back and forth. Gosh, she's big now. Ashley, that's when she had her first baby. She cut her hair. You and Coolio always doing something to Mel. That's us. I took a picture. It's Conway friend. TT. Before the triple L's. Coolio. That was Everett. Look at him. He tried to jump rope. Getting Coolio again right before we got ready to leave. These pictures Mama had took. Kim and so you got your girlfriend back there, Brandy, and what was her name? Maya. Kevin in the room. It's another picture. Ja'Cory. Amber. He didn't like that. You took a picture. That's why you said that when you did the video. It was like, dude, stop playing. Mama, she's big now too. Yeah, try to get y'all to smile. Uh-oh. Look at y'all. Look at this. Yeah, I got y'all little awards. That's me. Conway. I'm up there giving the awards. I didn't like to talk back then. You always look like you always be up to something. Don't you think? Uh-oh. Hit that, Chase.
Well, it's on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this one they was in contact lenses.
Yes. Yes. This was at the Bible study.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's Carly.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I had her for something. I think that was Carly. This is Dioneedra. Hey, look at him. And I don't know what happened to Jaquavian. I might have to send this picture to him. He was just crying. I'm gonna have to show Joe this picture. That's he was doing that doggone. Let me get my leg out. I'm getting old. I can't hit and my leg go to sleep. Day again. Look at Ja'Cory. He just looking. I didn't see that brother. Oh, I was wondering who was that. That was Quee. Look at that.
The
And
Ja'Cory
look,
face.
I know. It's like, and Daddy was 2. That's Mama and